Let's unpack the NEPRA riddle for you. The NEPRA Prosumers and Regulations Bill of 2025. What does this term prosumer means? What is the new regulation and the new rules set up that PAMRA has set upon those households, those stakeholders who use the solar panels and who produce electricity and send back to the national grid to earn some credits? What is the amount and what kind of backlash is being faced by the power division on one hand and NEPRA on the other, as the critics stood up? That includes the household stakeholders, the domestic consumers, politicians, and the other distribution sectors of Pakistan that have come up to criticize NEPRA's this regulation bill of 2025. On one hand, we are going to discuss the main points, the main changes that have came up in this NEPRA regulation bill of 2025. On the other hand, we will put forth the justification or the defense mounted by the division sector, the power sector, and the NEPRA itself in response to the critics. Let's go through it thoroughly. NEPRA, a governmental institution and an acronym of National Electric Power and Regulatory Authority, has given these new regulations for 2025, where they have transformed or they have attempted to transform from the net metering structure to net billing structure. They have also put forth new rules and regulations from the prosumers. Do remember that prosumer is the combination of producers and consumers, which means that producers plus consumers equals to prosumers, and it means that those households or those stakeholders who have switched towards the solar system, and not only did they meet their own demands in electricity, but also tried and did exportation and selling back to the national grid and various distribution sectors their electricity, and in exchange of few credit scores and in exchange for 26 rupees per month. This entire concept makes you a prosumer. NEPRA has transformed, has made a dramatic change from net metering to net billing structure, in which net metering system that is implemented or that is in action currently, or shall we say previously, is that in the net metering structure, when you produce or when any solar plant, whether of a domestic household or any other stakeholder, produces a greater amount of energy or electricity than its use, then they can sell that electricity back to the national grid, which was taken 26 rupees per unit under a 7 years contract, and it was adjustable for every 3 months. Now, the transformation from the net metering structure to the net billing structure says that you can sell or export back your extra amount of production to the national grid, but at lower buyback rate, which means that 26 rupees per unit has cut down drastically to 11 rupees per unit. Now, here's another twist. The twist is that on one hand, the 26 rupees is cut down to 11 rupees, but at the rate you are going to buy that electricity or energy back from the national grid or your government, it will be at the same expensive retail price as it is being sold to any other non-solar power use. And now under this net billing structure, the contract time has cut down to 5 years. Adjustable period is only every month, which has caused greater amount of disturbances between the consumers, between the solar producers and the governmental entity, national grid or the power divisions. Now, let's see what does the power division, power sector and NEPRA particularly itself has to say in response to this. In the way NEPRA justified or responded to it lies in the concept of ramp up and ramp down mechanism in this national grid. They say that the solar panels that are installed on every rooftop, whether it is for a domestic use or for any company or organizational use, these solar panels are able to produce greater amount of electricity during the daytime, which is under the sunlight. But as the sun sets down in the evening, the production and the voltage cuts down drastically every evening, and for that a huge backlash and a huge pressure has to be endured on the bigger plants within the national grid, which does not only risk safety, which does not only enhance the maintenance charges, but it also costs a greater amount of loss within the national grid and to this governmental sector. Another reason or justification given by the NEPRA in response to this NEPRA Regulation Act of 2025 was given in the form of backfeed problem. A backfeed occurs when the electricity flows in a reversal mode or backwards to the national grid, which can confuse the protection system, which can also damage the transformers if they're not designed to endure the reversal flow. That was also one of the threat to the main national grid, for which NEPRA, in collaboration with the power divisions, had taken and have taken this decision and has ordered to implement this Regulations Act of 2025. Last but not the least, NEPRA has also said that the producers or consumers or the prosumers could eradicate or could curb down their consumption units or their production units, which could not impact the amounts that could be invested or that are invested on transformers, wires and different production units within the national grid. So if on one hand the production is being increased or decreased, the national grid has the same costlier mechanism and could go into enormous losses if this entire mechanism and structure is not regularized, and thus they have given this NEPRA regulation bill of 2025. There is an enormous backlash and criticism on this new regulation bill of 2025, which has been dispatched and implemented by NEPRA, but they have some reasons on the other hand too. What do you think? That are these reasons justifiable? What is your opinion regarding this? That on one hand, this enormous criticism and against the NEPRA and the power divisions, but on the other hand, the national grid is at stake, as NEPRA has put it. We are eager to hear your opinion regarding this. Do tell us in the comment section. Thank you.